Hey, good morning, traders. Andy Demi here from the London Trading Institute. So today's a big day, guys. We have the Fed meeting coming up, and it's going to be really important. Now, I just wanted to quickly give you another brief update on what to expect and exactly how you're going to manage your positions. And in particular, we're going to look at Bitcoin, and we're going to look at what the chart is currently showing us, and also what happens before the Fed meeting, and then what might happen after the Fed meeting. So let's get to it, guys. I'm going to bring in my chart, and I'm going to make myself small so we can analyze this. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at a weekly chart first, and I want to kind of show you basically what we've been doing on Bitcoin. And essentially, what needs to happen for us to change direction right now. Okay, so let's start from a technical point of view first. Okay, before we talk about the fundamentals of, and in particular focused on the dollar. So if you have a look at Bitcoin right here, guys, you can see that we are basically still trending down below these moving averages. You can see the market is rejecting this 21 weekly moving average. And, if you kind of look at this from a technical point of view, this kind of at the moment looks like a little bit of a flag. Now, what I've been thinking is going to potentially happen is we may potentially bottom out by creating a double bottom, something like that. And I mean, this is a weekly chart. I think unless the Fed really surprise with their statement, I don't think that's going to happen today. Although you never know, it could certainly be a starting point. And you never know. It really does depend on how surprised the market is with the Fed's statement. Now, that's one way. The markets don't tend to bottom like this. They tend to try and take out the lows before reversing. A little bit like here, we had some consolidation, and you can see it spiked and then it kind of reversed. Right now, it looks like a flag, but in a couple of weeks, it could look like a double bottom. Now, one of the things I've been talking about, guys, for quite a while now, for quite a few months, is the market, especially Bitcoin, likes to have a turning point around March, around the end of March. And we are now in the middle of March. I think that, if history is going to repeat, there's a good chance that the market might be looking for a bottom in the next 2-3 weeks. And so that's what I'm basically preparing for. Now, if you're just investing, then you can kind of use the volatility to start looking at these kind of low points down here to start accumulating your positions. If you prefer to trade this and prefer to look for opportunities with momentum, then what I'm recommending is you're going to want to see a close back, realistically above these high points here. So a nice solid close like that above this 21 weekly, then I think we've definitely got some room to go back towards these highs up here. Okay, so that's kind of really the trading opportunity. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a drop to basically buy at slightly lower points towards this kind of 32 to 30K area. Okay. Now, I have spoken about, before that the market could even go a little bit lower, go and test this this section here around 24. And if it does do that, I would be looking to add to my positions. And you can probably see there's a little bit of support coming in there as well. So this area here becomes my second buy zone specifically. So let's kind of have a quick discussion about the Fed meeting. So, the Fed meeting happening tonight at 6:30. Well, 6 p.m. is the Fed rate decision UK time, and then 6:30 p.m. is the actual meeting. Now, I recommend, if you've got the time, and if you've got positions open, I recommend that you watch the live stream. That will be available on the internet. You can just Google it and find the stream. But if we think about what's likely to happen, it's almost certain that the 25 basis points is going to be the rate rise that we have right now. Now, even if the Fed kind of thought about maybe increasing that to 50 basis points, I'd be very, very shocked and surprised if they did that today. The reason is because they don't generally like to surprise the market. They tend to stick with what their plan is, and at the beginning of March, that's basically what Fed Powell was talking about. So basically, a 25 basis point increase. Now, the more important thing to look out for, guys, is the conference. What we're looking for there is to listen out for how aggressive the Fed is likely to be for the rest of the year. Kind of reading between the lines and looking at what other analysts are saying, it looks like the market is pricing in 7 more rate hikes this year. And at quarter basis point, we'd still be looking at around 2% by the end of the year. Now, inflation is super high at the moment. The target inflation for the year was about 2.7%. We're about 7.9% right now. So it's completely off. But with the crisis in the Ukraine, it really makes it a very tricky situation for the Fed to manage. They've got extreme circumstances, let's say. Supply chain has been hit bad, and that's increasing the prices of oil, the prices of food. Is making people's living costs very difficult, which is why a rate increase makes sense. However, that also can have a negative effect because of everything going on. So these are all the things that are very, very much in the unknown. I think it's very hard to predict right now how the market is. Firstly, what the Fed is going to do, but also how the market's going to react. So the best thing to do, guys, in my opinion, is to be prepared. So if you're not invested in Bitcoin and it's an asset that you want to buy, well, realistically, you're going to be wanting to wait for a low point, and you may even want to be thinking about the areas that you want to buy and placing your orders ahead of time. Okay, because you never know, things can happen very, very quickly. If you want that confirmation and you think, oh man, if it might go lower, then the other thing you can do is maybe you could put a buy zone about the lower price point between 26 and 24. That way you're getting really good value right now. And if you believe in the long-term, price predictions of Bitcoin, where we're going to go to 100K and upwards, then, you'd be looking at about 4x there on Bitcoin at those prices. And that could be achieved. That could be achieved potentially this year. And, and obviously a 4x may not be too exciting compared to, 1,000x that maybe people are promising you with altcoins. However, we are talking about the number one crypto asset here, the safest crypto asset, let's say. So any return like 4 times your money is not something to be kind of taken lightly. All right, guys, that is all from me. I'm excited to see what happens with this Fed meeting tonight. I certainly will be listening to find out, and I will keep you guys posted in future videos. And if you've got any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to post something in our Facebook group, the Crypto and FX Traders Club. If you're not already part of that, I'll stick a link in the description. Thank you for tuning in, guys. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you get updated with all of our future videos. Hope this helps. Wishing you a great day. Good trading. Catch you again soon, guys. Take care.